Hi there, my name is Belina. In this video, I will guide you through our org chart template. So first of all, let's start as always with the structure. So here we have two databases, team and employee. The structure is relatively simple, I would say. You can always extend it by adding departments, divisions, these kind of things. So team will have information about the team we have, like marketing, engineering, etc. And employee, it will store information about our individual employees, like name, positions, and also employee is connected to the team. So in a single team, you may have multiple employees belonging to this team. And employee also has a self relation on itself. So employee can report to employee. Let's see how it works. So let's see how the final result looks like. Here we go to the org chart. And this is a whiteboard where we can see in this structured visual way all the structure we're talking about. So we have an engineering team. Inside it has like an employee John Smith, which also has few subordinates. And the same goes for every team, as you can see. And you can also see the details about those employees, like what is the status, where they're located, how many years they are with the company. We'll talk a bit later about how this information is populated. Now some details about this org chart. So we can open the employees card directly from here and you will see all the details. When you simply click on the card, there is a fields tab, and here you can choose which kind of fields do you want to be visible here. And please note that when you add, for example, new employee to your database, it will not appear here automatically. So it's not something that is getting updated dynamically compared to all the other views. Instead, there is such a button which is called multi-entity insert. And if you want to update the records here, you have to choose what has to be visible here. There is also a checkbox like do not add entities that are already on the board. So it will not rewrite something that exists already. It will just add the missing parts. So you can decide whether you want to do this or not, or you want to keep it as is. Maybe your whiteboard will just, you'll have a whiteboard per team. And you can also apply the filters here. So you can say something like, okay, here I want to add only the employees which have a status active, something like this. This is up to you. And then you can also choose layout. Right now here we're using the vertical layout, but you can change it anytime. Let's say here we can have a horizontal one or a vertical. This is up to you. Okay, but overall, where is the data coming from? It's going from the databases, and the best way to add this data are the views. So we go to the all teams table. So as you see, this is the table where you can see database team, and as the fields we only show here members and the team lead. Both are relations to the employee database. And here you can add one more team. This is up to you, and assign the members that you think are appropriate. Quick tip in this case, I recommend adding here a filter, something like status contains active. So I can only, so here I had a filtered list of only active employees. You can also open the Teams card itself and add the properties fields, the ones that you think are necessary. Here we have two views, the one which is called all employees. So here you will see all the employees we ever had across the time. I can decide also which fields will be visible directly here. And we also have subordinates active. So what does it mean? It will show me here employees grouped by manager. So I see Jane Doe. I can open this. We have a bit less employees here than we would expect them compared to this part. Why? Because we have here filter turned on, only show me employees where status is active. So you can switch from all employees to the grouped version, and if you are missing something, you can also add your own options here as well. And there is another field. So Fabric users is a representation of the users which indeed joined your workspace. We will need these for permissions management. So in our case, if we open any employee, it may have a Fiber user. Right now, this connection is defined automatically. So if you invite a Fiber user with the same email of the employee that exists already, they will be connected. Why? Because we talk about permissions, they apply to the users that are part of the system rather than to the databases that we just created, and that can be anything. So we'll talk about employees a bit later. So this is why here you will see Fiber users. Okay, what are existing users registered in a company belong to this team and can be used for the access management. This is why right now this is an empty one and it will be populated across the time. Now we go to the managers and employees table. So the structure of this table is that we will see all the employees grouped by themselves by the manager relation. And here we decide which fields are we interested in. So we'll see the team they belong to, the positions, the status. By the way, this part is fully configurable. You can decide on your own. There are also few formulas like years with company, which checks when this person joined and if they haven't left already, or if they left, how many years have they spent with the company. Can be handy in the future. And as you see, those managers, they have those triangles. It means that there is some nested items inside, aka their subordinates. So now we see like a more complex structure. If I unclick this button, which is called active employees only, I will also see the inactive employees here as well. So maybe it will make more sense for me to keep this button clicked. This button appeared from the filter table. Here we just configured a filter status contains any of active, and then we pinned it. And you can configure such buttons on your own. You can continue the hierarchy, so it's not limited to one level that you have a manager or subordinate. No, the subordinate can also have its own subordinates as well. You can just like either click here with a right click and create a new employee inside. So let's say that this is like new employee subordinate. That's why like the structure will look like this. Or you can do the same when you open the employee's card, and then there is a subordinates field, and you can add them here. So you can add new one here. Okay, we have them, two of them here. If I close the card, this will appear here. So it doesn't matter where exactly you add this, it will appear everywhere. And you can also open the employee's card itself. You will see whether this person is a team leader of specific team, which team it belongs to, what's the position, manager. It can be empty, so it means that there is no manager above the John Smith, the status, the birthday, email, so like some classic fields. Fiber user, which we talked about. So is there any Fiber user which belongs to this particular employee? Some description. Sometimes it makes sense, like to explain to me, to others, who am I, how to talk to me, etc. And you also see all the subordinates. Active only, unclick it. See everyone he was leading across the time. Click on it, see active employees here only. And the last but not least, there is also an employee map. So here I simply show employees and their locations. It probably doesn't bring a lot of value, but it's just if you're a remote team, a nice way to see how big are your representative offices here and there. So if you have any questions, please let us know in the chat, and thank you for watching.